Yet there was other guys that worked there that said, "Oh yeah, 20 minutes south, there was gators sunbathing on the tee box every day." I was like, I want to see that. That's cool. That's why I came to fucking Florida, man.
Fly ball left field. Nate McClouth is there. And the magical season of the Baltimore Orioles continues.
Ball and 2 strikes on Goins. Ground ball to first. There's Pierce. And the Orioles are champions of the AL East.
And everybody knows he's ready to fire on the first one. Bases loaded. Young swings, line drive. That is down and to the wall. Cruz is in. Pierce is in. Party around third. He's going to try to score. And safe. The Orioles have the lead.
With the first selection of the 2019 MLB Draft, the Baltimore Orioles select Adley Ruchman, a catcher from Oregon State University.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to episode 48 of the Talking Birdie podcast. And guess what? He's back. It's everyone's favorite Michigan boy turned Ohioan, turned Pennsyltuckian. It's Josh. He's finally back with us.
Hell yeah! Hell yeah!
What's up, buddy? Good to see you.
Can I clap real quick? Give me a moment to clap.
Very muffled clap that came in and out.
Yep.
Ryan actually texted me the Hawk Harrelson hell yeah when I said I'd be back on. But it's good to be back. Did not have the capability to actually do an episode the last 2 weeks. So sorry folks, but this is the best we could do. We are in the redone room on the office with the sun shining through the window that doesn't actually look that bright in person. But we're in the house. It's nice. How are you guys doing?
It looks like you're literally next door to the sun with your fucking World War I camera, dude.
I had to do a bunch of adjusting too to get the lights like out of the shot because they were reflecting off the window, and those look like the sun as well. So we're doing our best here. I don't have a curtain yet, but
simply buy a curtain.
Simply buy a house and remodel it, and then tell me if you have money left for a curtain, Ryan.
Josh, to answer your question, I'm doing all right, but I'm a little peeved at you for kind of stealing my thunder because this is supposed to be my week to have my news. I've just finished up school for the second time.
Congrats,
finished
Bradley.
my turf management certification, but now everyone's all like,
Hell yeah! Hell yeah!
now everyone's all like, oh, I want to hear about Josh's house. So like, we're not even going to talk about my thing. We're just going to stick to yours. So
Let's hear it, Brad. Let's hear it, Brad. Talk about it a little bit.
I'd personally rather hear about Brad's school.
Oh,
Thanks,
dude. No, for real though, the last class was definitely the hardest one I had to take. Sitting through my roommate was a superintendent for 20 years. He was helping me study for some of the quizzes. He's like, dude, I don't have a fucking clue on it. Any of this stuff. I would fail this class right now. Like, you don't need to know this day to day, but if you want to be the top guy at like one of the major courses, then you probably got to know this stuff. So last one, yeah, I did enough to finish it off. A little bit more comfortable than I thought I would, but I had my doubts at times. So glad to be finished up.
So
after a few years in the program.
What qualifications do you now have?
I have it's a certification in turf management, but it's the equivalent of a bachelor's in it. The reason I didn't have to get a bachelor's is because I already had a bachelor's in something else. So my boss said,
okay,
since you already have a bachelor's, just do the certification. Because all the bachelor's means is you just take an extra class.
So does this come with a little like compensation raise at your current job for being, for putting in this work?
Maybe a little bit, but it's more about it helps me move up in the future because to be honest, I got lucky and they kind of paid me as if I already had it and told me you better not fuck this up. Oh. So right. I don't know how much will change in the immediate future, but it makes it possible for me to move up now. Really. So, and it keeps them from being pissed off at me for not carrying my weight. So
Brad just wanted to up his certification so he can make it back down to Port St. Lucie and Run it back down there.
Run it back, round 2, baby. It's funny you say that because there was a guy that I worked with down there who had left, and I just saw that he started back up there again. So maybe I can be a package deal with that guy. So.
Yeah, you can go back down there and like fight gators off with a rake.
Dude, I was so annoyed. I never actually saw a gator come out of the water on the course I worked on. Yet there was other guys that worked there that said, oh yeah, 20 minutes south, there was gators sunbathing on the tee box every day. I was like, I want to see that. That's cool. That's why I came to fucking Florida, man. Like a couple times I'd see them pop their eyes up in the ponds, but I never once saw one come out on the course. And I would go walking in the parks and stuff nearby. And like I said, every now and then I'd see their eyes pop up in the water, like in the rivers, but I never once saw a gator come out of the water in Florida. And I was looking
every pond in my friend Devin's neighborhood down in Florida has signs up that says beware of gators.
Oh yeah, the signs were there. The signs were all there. I just wouldn't see it.
Port St. Lucie folks, they had a psyop on the gators nearby, and they made sure that they wouldn't come out into the neighborhood and spook the retirees anymor. So
exactly,
that would be your issue down there.
Gators are actually banned, and that's why you didn't see them, because they know they're not allowed.
That's it. Yeah, they're not allowed.
They read the signs too.
Yeah. Gators can read, as we all know.
Gators stay out. Yep.
Ryan, how are you doing?
Not too bad, man. I don't have any cool news to share like you guys do.
Well, the good thing is you're going to be able to, next time you do, have it all to yourself, probably. So
by then, Josh will probably have bought like 3 more houses. So
that's true.
We'll see.
I do start a new job in a few weeks here, so you got to beat me. You got a window there.
I won't. Won't.
I think you got about 2 episodes.
Yeah, no, I won't.
Hey,
my biggest accomplishment is not being sick anymore, like I was over the weekend.
That's huge.
I really thought. I mean, you can probably tell I sound kind of nasally, but I thought after like 3 years, the COVIDs had finally gotten me. I really did.
You haven't had it yet?
No.
No.
Fucking built different, bro.
Built different.
Built fucking different.
I don't think I've had it either.
That's me.
Yeah. He's got that dog in him.
System. Nah, dude, like I felt kind of shitty for on Wednesday, and then I started getting like a scratchy throat on Thursday. Thursday night, I took one of those home tests because my wife has like a big thing coming up next weekend, so like I didn't want to take a chance of getting her sick and ruin that for her. So I did like a home test and it came back negative, but I was like, these things are like unreliable as shit. So I made an appointment to get a PCR test on Friday. And my boss was just like, yeah, I mean, if you feel like working, you can come in as long as you're like negative on, like, I'll test you. Like I have a kit, I'll test you when you get to work and you can work as long as you're negative. And I was like, all right, well, I'll just see how it is. And then I woke up and I was just like, yeah, it's not happening. Had like, sinuses were crazy in my head. My head was throbbing. My whole body hurt. Like I couldn't move. Like I was just like laying down. I laid down the whole weekend. I stayed in one spot because there's like too much effort to move. And then Saturday I get my results back. Negative. I'm like, cool. I just had a fucking cold from hell.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't believe you. PCR people.
Dude, I mean, I know that I get bad colds. I always have. Like it's just every time I get a cold, I just feel like death for like 2 days, and then I'm good. Like I woke up yesterday and fine, a little nasally, still have like stuff in my chest, but overall I'm good. I'm back to work today, no problem. Weird.
Nice.
Yeah.
Sucks. It kind of sucked away your weekend, but
oh yeah, well, completely ruined my weekend. But I'm going flying again next weekend.
Is that Seattle trip?
No, that's not to December.
Oh, that's not for a while.
I mean, like, remember when I went up with my one coworker who has his license and he let me actually fly the plane?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm going up with him again.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Did my buddy ever call you?
No.
No?
No, he didn't.
Well, I will remind him tomorrow. But
cool.
Okay. I was literally texting him. He's like, yeah, I'll give him a call later. He never did.
No. And if he did, I might have fucked it up. Because like I generally don't answer numbers that I don't have saved. I probably should save his number, but I don't think he's called me.
Okay, well, I'm gonna call him tomorrow night. I'll remind him.
Please do.
All right.
All right, let's talk some baseball, boyos.
Let's go.
Yeah, Orioles on TV
That's not what I
for the
meant to
first time on national TV for the first time in 4 years.
Dude, I wanted to go to that game so bad because that's my dad's hometown. I know I've told you guys this already, but I haven't said it on the recording. And I would have spent probably like a couple $100 on a ticket just to go up because of my dad's side of the family all lives up there. So I would have gone and hung out for the day and just gone to that obscure novelty event. But it was only for the little leaguers and their families. So it's all good. It is what
Only
it is.
for the children's
Oh, it was only for the little leaguers and the
and their
I-
families. Yeah,
and
that
I
stadium
believe-
only holds like 2,500 people.
Yeah, oh yeah, I
Yeah.
looked at it. It definitely didn't hold that much at all. I think they also raffled some tickets off for locals, but you had to have a surrounding zip code.
Oh, that's.
But yeah, that would have
That's
been
a
really
bummer.
cool because I've been going up to Williamsport since I was a kid, and that would have been like, oh, this is so dope watching the O's up here. So, oh well, didn't happen, never will, but that's okay.
we
That's
got
a shame.
We got
Can't
a
win them
great,
all.
great matchup next year. Sorry, excuse me, between the Nationals and the Mets.
Wasn't it Phillies Nationals?
Is it Phillies Nats?
I thought that's what I read, but I only read it like once, so I could be.
2023 Little League Classic. It is the Phillies.
Okay.
Yep, I have the stupid.
I have the stupid.
Retarded.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm kind of retarded.
You guys totally missed it. I meant to hit I said like let's talk some baseball and I meant to hit the hell yeah again and I missed the key and I hit
Yeah, still pretty wet.
It never came through on the audio side.
oh man. Yeah, I was like, yeah, let's talk some baseball, Kevin Brown. Yeah, it's still pretty wet.
I guess after last night, you would be.
Yeah.
It's a fun game. I missed the actual like most important hit of the game, the Mateo double, but
Who?
you know.
Oh, what you talking about?
Oh right, I don't know who that is either. But yeah, it was a good game. It was kind of cool seeing the Orioles like talked about on the national platform or whatever. Like it seemed very Orioles centric last night. They didn't
Dude,
talk about the Red Sox at all.
I was gonna say that. Like if I was a Red Sox fan watching, I would have been upset. They didn't talk about the Sox at all.
No, did they even do a mic'd up thing with the Sox? 'Cause
Yeah, they had
because
they
of
mic'd up
Mullins.
Christian Arroyo,
Okay.
which was actually really funny because he said some funny stuff and like he was like hyping up some of the O's players. Like Austin Hayes came to bat and he was like, "Oh, Austin Hayes, great player." And then
True.
Odor got to second base and Arroyo walked over to him. He said, hey man, I didn't hit you. Don't or something like that. Like it was a joke of the, when he hit Batista. I can't remember exactly what he said, but it was very funny. Yeah, he seems like a cool guy.
I saw your tweet. I meant to comment and say, why do you like it, Roto? Guess that makes
Because
sense.
the mic'd up segment was pretty cool. He seems like a cool dude. He was like making fun of himself for whiffing on like a middle changeup in his previous at bat.
Funny. I don't know if you watched when Hayes and Mullins were on, but it was funny.
I watched the whole game.
You watched the whole game?
I saw it all. Yeah.
When Hayes was mic'd up, Mullins, they were both mic'd up, but Mullins couldn't hear the broadcast booth. So he's just hearing Austin Hayes' responses.
Yeah. My personal favorite part of that part was when Verdugo hit that like long fly ball. He just like went back on it. He was like, oh, light work. Caught it.
Before he even caught it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good. It was a fun game to watch.
He was saying that like that off the bat. I was like, oh shit, that's tagged. I had like
Yeah.
a Scott Garceau moment. Looked like he hit it really hard. I was like, oh, that's it. Well,
Hit well to left field. On right field, that's
way back. It's gone. I really need to get some Garceauisms for the fucking soundboard so I can just hit a button and have like, it's gone. It's
You
gone.
need the Rio Ruiz one. The Rio Ruiz, but
Rear Rui? Is that how Rear Rui?
One long R.
too.
One long R.
Huh.
I'm gonna text him right now, actually.
Okay, because I can, even if it's like a screen recording, I can still clip it.
I can get it. If he sends it to me, I can get it. I have
Okay.
a program.
Oh, cool. Okay. Brad, did you watch the game at all?
Yeah, I watched probably about half of it. I was game casting the first half, and then, of course, since I was halfway to about Charlestown because I had met my parents for dinner, I drove down and watched the last like 4 innings at the sports book down there. So shocker, I know.
Nice.
Yeah, I did take Orioles live bet money line, so I won a little bit, not too much, but just for fun.
Did you have a bet? I know Spencer said he did. Did you have a bet on the Orioles over under 62.5 wins?
I did, yes. Yeah.
Did you bet the over?
I did take the over. Yes.
Did you win some moolah last night?
Well, actually, my bookie actually had paid me out a few weeks ago because he was like, "It's over. They're going to win it for sure." So I'm just going to give you credit for this one. So,
oh, nice.
Yeah,
it's cool. Very good.
Yep. He's like, "There's no way they're not going to hit it." So I'm just going to credit you with the win. So.
Dude, what if they went on just like an epic losing streak and finished like 62 and 100,
lose 40 some games straight,
and that would have been his fault. I wouldn't have given it back.
I hope you're listening, Brad's bookie. That's what he thinks of you.
Right.
No integrity.
None whatsoever. Well, he's a degenerate gambler. I mean,
yep.
What do we expect?
It's the game you're in.
What do we expect from Bradley?
Yep. But I didn't actually hear the audio because they had the audio playing there for, I think, the Bengals Giants preseason game. Because everybody wants to know what's going on with that. So.
That tweet was dumb. I forget what it exactly said, but it was someone like, "Would you rather take the Orioles making the playoffs or the Ravens?"
Oh my god!
Their preseason winning streak.
You saw that? That was my. The sad part is there's probably so many casual football only fans in Baltimore that there's probably a decent amount of people who would pick the streak. To be honest, I kind of want the streak to just end so people will stop talking about the most meaningless streak of all time.
That's what I saw Rob Long say too. I was like, this makes sense. I'm not a football guy. This makes sense.
Yeah.
Figure out what's actually there.
Plus, I'm in these football trash talk groups like this AFC North one. And it's so annoying. Like all the other fans, like, as if it's like bad that they're winning. Like, Ravens only care about winning preseason games. Like, no reasonable Ravens fan gives a fuck about this. You guys are the ones bringing it up. Like, I just want them to lose and get this over with, so I don't have to hear about this bullshit.
At this point, I want them to lose.
That's what I said. Yeah, 22. 22 consecutive preseason wins. Yeah, I don't think
like if you think about it for only like a second, it's cool, and then if you give any more thought to it, you're like, this is fucking stupid.
Yes, it's cool because it's obscure, and that's it. That's the end of it right there.
What if the Orioles won 22 straight spring training games?
I would be equally as annoyed.
I would feel exactly the same way.
Yes.
Actually, no, because if they won that many,
in baseball, that's impressive.
Yeah, and the thing about preseason games too is so many of these guys aren't going to be on the roster. And you can kind of say that for spring training, but most of the spring training roster is like a mix of prospects and the guys that are already on the team.
Yeah, and you're playing against other guys who are not going to be on the roster.
If your prospects are like dominating like that, then there might be something to be. It's kind of like having an overall organizational like high winning percentage in your minor league system. It just kind of shows that you have a good quality of prospects. But
yeah,
I guess you could say
preseason football, these guys are all going to be working at Walmart in 3 weeks. So it's like, who cares?
Well, the guys in the fourth quarter, yeah, maybe not the guys the guys that play the first half in these games are probably like your backups. The guys that play the second half, they're the ones that are going to be working at Walmart. Yeah.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Yeah.
One of the better paying retail jobs these days.
Yes.
Dude, it's Costco, if you're going to work retail, that's the place to work.
Yeah, Costco's they're pretty set there. It's like what, $20 some dollars an hour?
They pay well.
Yeah, it's well.
They pay well.
They let you transfer for like anywhere in the country. They like help you.
And they have a phenomenal food court as well. My wife and I go there once a week for dinner.
Oh, I'm a Wegmans buffet fan.
I like Wegmans buffet. Wegmans buffet is sick.
I had it the other day for the first time in a couple of years though, and the prices have skyrocketed. It seems like per pound. So
actually, the timing is good because we went to Costco tonight because who wants to cook on a Monday? And our total was $6.
Wow.
Yeah, dude, a hot dog and a soda is $1.50 there.
That's awesome.
It's a big ass hot dog too. It's fucking
What is a Wegmans? Like, I know it's a grocery store, but
What?
like,
Oh my
no.
God.
Hold on. What region does this cover? Because when we were in Boston, I know we saw them there, but I can't remember where that we're seeing them ended. Like, where does that cut off? Because they're not here. They're not in Pennsylvania, so I don't. Not at least on the West Pennsylvania.
To be fair, I thought they were only a Maryland thing, so I'm not sure.
Oh, they
It's
go
just-
up to like Boston and New Hampshire and stuff.
It's like a high class, not even really high class, just like it's like a sort of it's like a bridge between normal grocery stores and Whole Foods.
Yes, halfway in between.
Okay,
Yeah.
I see.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah. And they have a really good like Brad was saying, they have like food that you can it's a grocery store, but you can also go to this certain part of the store and there's like a buffet and you can get like Chinese food and like pizza and fried chicken and like so you can literally go there and not grocery shop and just like eat.
Okay,
Yeah,
so I'm looking at their store map right now. Okay, this is so off topic, but
I am looking at it right. I'm looking at it right now too.
yeah,
There's
it's
a ton in
very
Pennsylvania.
interesting. Yeah, there's a bunch. Like I think it starts around Altoona or State College. I can't tell, but they have a bunch in Erie, Pennsylvania. They have Buffalo. They have Rochester, Syracuse, and there's a big gap between New Jersey and Boston. But they have in Boston they have a few, and then in Jersey they have a bunch as well. Maryland looks like the hotbed for them though.
Yep.
All right, so it probably started in Maryland, I guess.
And North Carolina's getting a bunch too.
Quite a few in Virginia as well.
You know, Lito's Pizza started out as just a Maryland thing, but I think it's made its way down to Florida now. A
Dude.
couple places.
Yeah, well, dude, I found out. So when Devin was here for for my wedding, I took him to like all of the Maryland places because he's never been here
Yeah, you have
before. And Lito's was the one that I missed. Didn't get a chance to take him to. And then like I don't know how I found this out, but there's a Lito's in Tampa.
Yeah. I remember
And
looking that
when
up when I lived down there. Yeah.
When we were down there, I was like, holy shit, dude, we gotta go to Lito's. So we drove like literally 45 minutes away
Worth
from
it.
St. Petersburg,
Worth it.
across the water to Tampa, went to Lito's, had pizza, wings, and then just immediately went straight back to St. Pete, went to the Trop, went to the Saturday game.
I 100% support that decision.
Yep.
Your sacrifice isn't that great because Rays fans who want to see a game have to do that every day.
That's a good point. Move the Rays to Tampa, please.
Yeah, side note, I think that's been our most common talking point that wasn't Orioles related.
Well, no, our most common talking point used to be Brett Phillips sucks, and then he came to the Orioles, and we still talked about how he sucks.
This is true. He's gone now. So that's huge.
Well, he's still in the organization now.
He's in AAA, but he's off the roster. So.
At
Yeah.
Brett Phillips.
It's true. Why didn't they just call up Stowers, man, like several weeks ago when they actually got Phillips? They just 1-for-1 replaced them on the roster.
Hold on. Guys, I know we've been going on tangents, but how have we not brought this up yet?
Big hashtag Orioles news.
How Stowers got called up.
Oh, right.
That's right. That's right. Yep.
I think it's the same situation with Adley's call up. We were just all so ready for it, and it just took so long, and then he finally came, and it's like, well, this should have happened months
There's
ago.
no excitement because it's so overdue. Yeah, I agree with that. He had a nice game when they called him up. He had a rough go of it yesterday against Pivetta. Pivetta seemed
Everyone
never, although he ripped through some meatballs. And I'm not saying that he had a spaghetti dinner. He ripped through some serious meatballs.
One might say he was a product of the environment and played like a little leaguer against a big league pitcher.
I mean, he looks like a little leaguer. So
He had 2
hold on.
RBI groundouts, I think, the other night.
he
It's
did.
something.
He did. And in his first game, since he got called up, he had 2 hits, and both of them were like 107 and 108 miles an hour off the bat. He made some solid contact and came about this far from his first major league home run in his first at bat. I really thought he hit it. It was upsetting.
Close.
What was I gonna say? Shit. Oh, I wanted one more note on the Little League game. Tyler Wells made me laugh so hard. Did you see the intros?
I turned it on
They were
right
so
when he was
funny.
doing intros, and
Okay.
just his off the cuff, I don't know, his personality, I guess, is really funny.
Yeah. Brad, did you see the intros from Tyler Wells?
No, I did not see that.
Oh my God. He was just going down the lineup, and he was just reading these guys about reading their nicknames.
He's having fun with it.
I don't know if they're real nicknames or he was just making shit up on like Josh saying, like just off the cuff, just making stuff up. But like, I mean, he called him like Adley, the Adley Ruchman.
No, the best one was when he said Odor. He was like Rugned.
The
What do you call it?
roughneck.
Like, Roughneck Odor because he owns a farm in Texas.
Yeah. It's so specific. My favorite one was Kyle Sunshine Stowers. That was my favorite.
Makes sense. When I played Ultimate Toledo, we had a kid who looked a lot like Kyle Stowers. Also called him Sunshine.
It's great. It's a fantastic nickname for people with bleach blonde hair.
Yep, that goes to like the shoulders. Yeah, that was fun.
So yeah,
Big hashtag
Kyle
Orioles
Stowers finally
news.
got called up.
Yep.
Look for big things from him. We're all very excited.
Hoping he doesn't get demoted again. I don't foresee that happening.
I don't think so.
No.
Yeah, that would be insanity.
Yeah, he's not. He's here. He's here now. He had to cut down strikeouts, guys.
Yeah,
He strikes out too much.
He did it in 2 weeks.
He strikes out too much. He has the most RBI and leads the International League in extra base hits, but guys, he just strikes out too much.
Didn't he cut his rate down by like 9% or something like that?
Yes, but that's what the people.
No, I know that's what they say. Yeah.
The ones who always have an excuse for why a prospect isn't getting called up.
I feel like his 0 for 4 with 4Ks, while it is not a concern to me whatsoever, is only going to enhance that narrative for the people who like to use it.
I saw a tweet last night that said, like, my dad just texted me and said, "See, Stowers isn't ready." I'm like, oh God.
And there are people who think that way. Yeah.
Some of my buddies in another group chat were saying the same thing too, and I was just like, "Shut the fuck up! Shut up!" I said Adley hit like garbage for like a whole month. So did Julio Rodriguez. So did Bobby Witt Jr. Pretty sure all of them are doing all right.
It's the same people that told you like Anthony Bemboom was irreplaceable in the big. No one said that. Just joking.
Yeah, nobody said that.
I was gonna say. You're reaching a little bit.
That's
for
right.
that one,
I know.
Dude, I dead ass serious did see someone say that we need ROs over Gunnar Henderson because he's a veteran. I dead ass serious.
No,
he wasn't kidding. I swear. I know because he got all pissy with me when I said back to him, I just smashed my TV at that comment, bro. And then he got like super confrontational with me.
Hasn't he played in like 40 MLB games and he's like 23?
But he's got a taste, bro. And he's got a 2 something.
clip. He's got a taste, bro. Please clip that out for me. That's going in the soundboard too.
He's got like a 270 OPS so far in his rehab at High A Aberdeen. So things are going smoothly swimmingly, yeah. For
I can't believe he hasn't been. I hope when they like activate him, they just immediately DFA him.
They need to, bro. He doesn't even have a good glove. Like, what? There is zero purpose. I don't care. He could have the best glove of all time, and I'd want him nowhere near the fucking roster, but he doesn't even have that.
Nope. I mean, at least Phillips brought that. He brought speed as well, but that's not really.
Like I said in the chat the other day, like the reason I was so upset about Phillips was, one, because our brand is partially shitting on Brett Phillips, but
yes.
Beside that, like if not for McKenna, who, by the way, he's changing my mind a little bit this year, Josh. We can talk about that a little bit later as well.
He's trending up a little. Yeah.
He's trending up quite well. If it wasn't for McKenna, I could at least see the value in picking up Brett Phillips.
Yeah.
Because he does bring those traits of speed. He's, honestly, one of the best outfielders defensively in Major League Baseball. So there is value there as the fourth outfielder role, the guy that comes on to lock it down late in games. Obviously, he's kind of redundant with McKenna, but he has qualities that give him value. He can't hit for shit, but he does at least have qualities that give him value. ROs, he's got a case, bro, apparently.
To call him an absolute zero would be a compliment to him because he is less than zero. He's a total fucking negative all across the board.
Yep.
It's just annoying that Vavra never got called up until Arauz went down with the injury. And like, I don't know, like hopefully Vavra's just here to stay now and Arauz has to like fight
He
for that
has to.
position, but like you can't make that kind of call, especially after Bobber's been like at least a major league hitter. Like he's had hot games and cold games, but he's at least produced in some manner, unlike RO's.
I don't know, dude. RA's hit a bomb off of Dylan Cease. That should buy him at least another month.
Oh my god!
And it did if it wasn't for the injury.
Yes.
I mean, he played. The Orioles have like this platoon thing going on right now, like with McKenna, and they had Phillips, and I guess now Stowers, but they do it with Vavra too. I mean, if that is what they're going to do now, they can't have someone on the roster who plays once every like 2 weeks, and that was what Aru's was.
Yep.
So hopefully that's the last we've seen of him.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Here's to hoping, boys.
I think he'll end up in AAA, stash on the Tides.
He'll have the Ryland Bannon treatment.
Yeah.
R.I.P. By the way.
Okay, Bannon is still better than Aru's.
Oh, I agree. I'm saying he's gone now. He's not with us.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. That's the luck down in Gwinnett, bro, because the Dodgers then DFA'd him and then the Braves picked him up. So,
Yep.
I'm still pulling for him. I hope he gets the opportunity at some point.
That's my feelings on Pat Doreen too.
Yeah,
Not with us anymore, but hoping the best.
Yeah, I mean, on a personal level, if I had to pick between the two, I'd pick Pat because we actually
talked to him. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He's actually playing quite well with AAA Nashville there for the Brewers. He's got like a 110 WRC plus or something.
Sweet.
So
I did see that he started out pretty decently well, and then I don't know if he got hurt or something because there was a stretch where he didn't play for like a week. But,
he's like a bench player for them, but he's still like when they give him opportunities, he's been decent. So
gotcha.
Keep it going, Pat. Get a
buddy.
playoff appearance with the Brewers.
Give him hell.
Yeah. I suppose we should crack into the actual notes.
I was just about to say, Josh, would you like to start with our first bullet point in the notes?
Sure. Just the last couple series summing up. O's win the series against Boston, 2-1. They lost one to Chicago. I really don't. That game seems like a blur. It's kind of weird that they do these 1-game series every now and then.
Well, it was a makeup.
But they're
it was a
makeups.
makeup game.
I know it's a makeup, but it's dumb. We did it with Boston a couple days ago, didn't we?
Also a makeup.
Also
I mean,
makeup, yeah.
I mean, with Boston, with Chicago, you didn't have much of a choice because you have to make it up somehow. With Boston, you can play a double header, but
right, which is weird to me. But then we beat Toronto 2-1 as well, and that was before the very devastating Tampa Bay series, or after, I guess.
Yeah.
Guys,
that was a tough series.
Guys, the Chicago White Sox are on their way to Baltimore right now. Their plane is currently over Missouri.
Okay, where are they coming from?
Kansas City.
Okay.
So how do you know which one exactly is the White Sox plane?
I think I've mentioned it here before. There's a Twitter account called Sports and Aviation.
Yes.
And they track like team flights, and then they post the info. They post like the tail number of the plane they're on, the flight number.
4 games.
Josh.
So
we're back.
Yeah.
Hey, we're back.
That was hilarious. As soon as you froze and left, I guess it was probably after you froze. I was like, Josh. So I was like, sorry for cutting you off there, buddy. Like, go ahead. And then you just didn't say anything.
Well, no. Yeah, I was telling him I saw your face and it wasn't moving. You looked like a little bit annoyed, and I was like, "Is Josh like pissed that he got cut off right there?"
Yeah, but you looked like and then the way you froze.
You weren't moving. Yeah, you froze with like an annoyed look on your face, like, "Why is this guy fucking talking right?"
Yeah, it looked like you were like legit pissed that I cut you off.
So what I tried to do is look up the White Sox results from the last couple of games, and so I told you at the beginning of the show we haven't pushed the computer this hard in a while, but I tried opening yet another web page and loading stuff, and then the meeting just went out. So I was irritated at why it wasn't loading, and then gone.
Yeah.
So apologies, but they lost to the Royals. So.
You have too many.
It's preparation for later. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Got a lot of information up right now.
Yeah.
These 6 web pages are pulling me down.
You've built too much of a case against Jorge Mateo.
You see, the feds are really they don't want this conversation to happen. So you guys are seeing the real stuff here.
Yep.
A little foreshadowing. I like it. I like it.
What did I miss while you guys were talking?
Literally
I didn't
nothing.
record any of it. So.
Just laughing about how you looked super pissed at me for cutting you off.
I was like, oh my God, he's not responding. Okay. Okay.
He's like frozen with rage.
All right. I guess he's frozen.
I wish I saw it. I have no idea.
It's pretty good. Pretty funny. All right. What about our next point there, Joshy boy?
I don't even have the standings pulled up, and I really don't want to try, but I know we are tied for fourth in the wild card with Minnesota. Depending on the results of tonight's game, we could be solely in possession of fourth, but I think we're 2.5 games out as it sits. I'm telling you, just Toronto, Seattle, and Tampa, they just don't lose right now. Like
it's bullshit. Yeah, it's all because of the fucking Yankees.
Yeah, every time we win a game, I look at the standings and like the results of those games, and every single one, they always are winning or they've won already, and it's really annoying.
I didn't realize Cleveland had moved into the lead in the Central.
Yeah, they did that like probably 10 days or so ago.
Dude, we'd be a game back of first, like a game and a half back of first if we were.
I know, yeah. And then if you factor in the fact we'd have a weaker schedule too, we might actually be in first.
The White Sox have a worse record than us, but they have like quadruple our playoff odds because of how bad the Central is.
Yes. Yeah.
Cleveland didn't even try, man, this offseason. They like sold pieces. They extended Jose Ramirez, but they never added anything, and they just lucked into first place.
Called up Andres Jimenez.
Yeah, well, he was up last year for them all year, but Stephen Kwan's been really good for them. Kind of a guy they didn't expect to do that much, I don't think. But
a guy who was
noted small market player that doesn't get any attention because he plays in a small market.
Because he doesn't play in Baltimore and Seattle.
Yeah. Did you see that tweet, Brad?
No. What are we talking about here?
Stephen Kwan, like, I don't know, he did something. And like the Cleveland Guardians, it was not like some dumb teenage fan that said this either. It's what I would expect.
Verified account.
It was their verified Twitter account.
Okay.
Said they're like, that's hold on, just keep talking. I'll find it.
It was like that's on not getting enough
keep
coverage.
Talking. I'll find it. I want to read it what it's actually supposed to be. So just keep talking. I'll find it.
I'm gonna guess that the gist of this is that they call the Orioles a large market team.
They implied that the reason Stephen Kwan isn't getting any quote unquote rookie of the year love is because he plays in a small market team. And everyone's like, oh yes, noted large markets, Baltimore and Seattle.
Right.
Like Denver specifically ridiculous. Like talked about Baltimore and Seattle, but obviously those are the two rookie of the year contenders. And like, it's just
right.
Like Ryan said, it's like definitely something you'd expect from like a 16-year-old on Twitter.
Yeah, like the sports fans that are always arguing with no one. Like the ones that are like
one of those in a minute.
The ones that were like, I was told that Patrick Mahomes can't throw a deep ball. It's like, no one told you that.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, it's a little highlight clip of Stephen Kwan. I guess he hit a triple or something, and it's like doesn't get any national respect because he plays in small market Cleveland, but should be rookie of the year favorite Stephen Kwan, by the way.
No.
Yeah,
he's having a good year. He's not having an Adley or Julio type year, but I've actually thought that like if I were to make like a dream team of like if I had to beat someone else's dream team, I would pick like players like Stephen Kwan, like Nick Madrigal, who like don't strike out. Like if I had an MLB The Show team or something, just their contact and lack of swing and miss is just so fun. It's like my ideal player, but not rookie of the year.
Somebody replied to that tweet with a picture of Adley and Felix after a win, and it was like, does somebody need a hug? And it's just Adley and Felix hugging.
Speaking of Adley, Felix, and rookie of the year, do you think Felix Bautista could finish top 10 ROI?
He should be top 10.
I think
competition's not very fierce this year. Like he could even luck his way into like 5 if he really had it.
What's the high? I assume a closer's probably never won. Or
what's his name in 2010 won? I think it's back-to-back years, 09 and 2010. Neftali Feliz and someone for the A's. He pitched for the Red Sox later down the line.
Had to have been a weak field that year.
He's a Giants pitching coach. How do I know all these things about him, but I don't know what his name is?
Jesus Christ. Now like it's like my computer's listening to me. I'm now getting Cleveland Guardians suggested on my Twitter, and it's their just announced Rookie of the Year promo item. Be one of the first 12,500 fans
Oh my
to
God.
arrive at Progressive Field on September 3rd to receive your very own Stephen Kwan t-shirt.
That's
courtesy of Progressive.
Oh, I figured it out.
Please
it
do
was,
not. We won't suggest this.
Sorry, go ahead.
It was Andrew Bailey on the 26-year-old Andrew Bailey on the 2009 A's won Rookie of the Year. Neftali Feliz won the next year, both closers.
Okay, all right, that rings a bell. All right, had to have been a weak field that year, obviously.
I think Austin Jackson. This is the year I was like super into like Tigers baseball. 2010 and 2009, 2010. Austin Jackson had it in the bag in 2010, but he didn't win.
Have the wild card standings up, guys.
Oh yeah, please.
We are. You were correct. We are 2.5 back. Tied with Minnesota, 2.5 back of Seattle.
Are they playing tonight though?
Who's that? Minnesota.
Minnesota, and probably might as well check all the teams above us.
Tampa is playing the Angels right now. Toronto and Seattle are both off today.
It is important to note that Seattle and Tampa Bay have clinched tiebreakers over us. We have a solid lead on Toronto in the season series right now, but it feels like that's the team. I don't know. It feels like that's the team we got to target right now. I know Ryan, when we were talking about this, he said the likelihood of us tying the Rays is not that high, and I get it. But the reason that game was such a big swing game was it was essentially worth 3 games.
I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying.
It was the difference. Yeah, it was the difference between being up a half game and having the tiebreaker and being down 1.5 and chasing. And are the odds high that we're going to tie? No, but is there a decent chance that 3-game swing basically right there could affect us?
Definitely could.
There's a decent chance.
Definitely could.
Brad, I think you make the correct point in that Toronto is the team to beat because we play the most games against them to finish off the year.
Yeah.
However, they are the best team of the 3.
I think they have the highest ceiling. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you guys? I want you guys. So I'm only saying this because I have like the whole standings for Major League Baseball up on my computer right now. Why don't you guys guess the Nationals run differential?
Is it negative 125? That's my guess.
They wish it was.
minus 231.
It's not quite that high. It's minus 209.
Oh my. What was the Orioles last year? It couldn't have been much better or worse than that.
I don't know.
I feel like we weren't in the 200s, but I could be wrong.
The Orioles have a plus 11 right now.
That's awesome.
The White Sox are 2.5 or a game and a half behind us in the wild card, and they have a negative 31 run differential.
They're a bad team. They got to get rid of Tony La Russa. I don't know why they're even still doing that. Like, that's a great team, and they're worse than us right now. Which is annoying because if the Twins or White Sox or Cleveland are in it over us, like that's annoying because none of those teams are. Maybe the Twins have like a say in there somewhere, but like those are teams as good or worse than us.
I gotta say, I'm super glad we're not a National League team. A, because we didn't have to deal with pitchers hitting for so long, but also because I would be so annoyed with the Dodgers.
Yeah.
If we were a National League team, dude, their run differential is plus 264.
That's insane.
They feel unbeatable.
They do.
I can't wait till the Mets like womp them in the NLCS or something this year. Though.
I don't know. I find it really hard to root for a New York team.
The Mets are just so unlucky, man. They're so awful. They're so incapable, and they'll probably do it again this year.
Yep.
But I just don't want to see the Dodgers in it, man. Dodgers are not what I want to see. I don't want to see Braves again, but anyone else I can kind of get behind.
So, since we discussed Stephen Kwan just now, I think we should have a little Rookie of the Year discussion, an honest Rookie of the Year discussion. Is it Adley's to win, or do we kind of think that it's still J-Rod's to lose based on how the season will play out?
Brad, I'll let you take this one first. I think we hit on this a little before the show.
We did hit on it a little, and you guys brought up an interesting point because I did not really look into what the writers had prioritized. Obviously, as baseball nerds like we are, you would think that they would prioritize OPS, OVP, stuff like that. But I assumed that they probably put more stock into home runs and RBIs and whatnot. But I guess that's not how the voting went down last year, according to what you guys tell me anyway. So I'm going to take your word for it because you're two fairly intelligent gentlemen.
I mean, we're guessing, because if that was the case, then you would think it would have been Mountcastle's last year.
Like Mountcastle wasn't even top 3 finalists, and he led a Rosarena in just about every offensive category, at least counting stats wise. And Mountcastle didn't even get top 3. And then Wander, who played 70 games last year, ended up being 3rd overall, and he had like half the at bats as Mountcastle.
Yeah, that's bogus.
And he led him in WAR by a lot, but like 70 games, come on.
Yeah, I think J Rod's still in the lead, but Adley's closing the gap. He does have a higher OBP, OPS. I believe, without having it up in front of me, they're pretty close in WAR. I think Julio's home run numbers and stolen base totals are still going to be sexy to the writers. But if Adley continues trending up at the pace that he's at and Julio kind of stays stagnant, then Adley's got a legitimate shot to come in and steal it. But yeah, I would say J Rod's in the lead, but Adley's not too far behind. He's down 2-1 in the 7th inning. Let's put it that way.
Okay. I believe Julio has a half game lead on him in WAR. I think if Adley's able to close that gap or eclipse Julio, it's his to lose. Just because I think that's like kind of the final like nail in the coffin or whatever for Julio's case, because Adley leads him in essentially every like average stat, like slugging, on base percentage, OPS plus, just anything there. But like counting stats, Julio has played longer this year and more games. But by the end of September, it should be pretty close, because Adley will be at like 110-ish games. Julio have about like 130, 140. So, I mean, it won't be a conversation if he has played enough games yet at that point. So it'll be interesting. But if Adley has a good month, Julio stays stagnant, it should be his.
Josh,
What?
check your phone.
Okay. What did this guy say? Because we're both going at him in the same thread,
I guess.
Oh man. That's great. Oh, well, he's in for it.
Oh yeah. Hope you tune in.
Can I just reply and say, tonight's episode's gonna be
Just for all you people listening in, I have no idea what they're talking about. For all I know, they could be talking shit about me right now.
Not you. Not you. Promise.
We'll go into it in just a second. We have one more note before we get there, though. That's awesome, though. 2 hours ago.
Dude, it's not even his usual account.
Oh, it's a second account?
Yeah. It's a burner.
Oh, interesting. Yeah. Well, let's talk about the next thing so we can get into the actual thing.
Okay. You can start. You're the one that brought up wanting to talk about this. So I'm not allowed to talk about this subject because I'm just a hater. So, but you can. You're infallible, apparently. So
at Bradley or at myself?
You.
Oh, at myself? Folks, it's been too long. Gunnar Henderson needs to be on the Orioles. I mean, there's not much to talk about.
We were talking about this. I thought we were going into the other thing.
No. Gunnar Henderson. We are on another topic still, Ryan. We have one more. I was like, I don't think I'm the one that brought this up, but I guess I'll take it.
I closed the notes. I'm sorry.
Ryan.
I didn't even have the notes up. I didn't know that I was supposed to.
Fred, you literally never even read the notes, bro.
No, I look at it and I usually will pull it up like twice during the episode. And just
these guys go one episode without notes being up, and they think they got like the biggest dongs in the world.
Well, to be fair, this is kind of how I've always done it. So I look at it. I basically, once I come down and I set up, I'll pull up the notes and just like, oh, what are we going to talk about today? Okay. And then I might pull up a window or something that I might need to reference. But other than that, kind of wing it.
Okay, Gunnar. I'll state my piece on it, and then I'll let you guys say what you want to say. We've discussed this a little bit in our group text, but August 23rd, tomorrow, is kind of like the magic date, as they claim, because it is let me get this right. The first day where he would be playoff eligible if the O's make it, and also be rookie eligible next year.
Yep.
So tomorrow is that day. So if it's going to happen, it's going to be between tomorrow and Brad, I think you said September 1st.
Yeah.
For the playoff eligibility. So if that's the
Correct.
case, it'll be within that week. If it doesn't happen in that span, it's not going to happen at all, because if they're going to call him up, they're not going to want him to not be eligible for playoffs. So, I mean, I guess it's kind of a cool thing that we won't be hanging on the rest of the year. And basically we have one more week to wait and see if Gunnar gets the call.
Yeah, I mean, I think the qualifications, it's like 45 days, I think. And I guess tomorrow's the day that's mathematically impossible. And I think it's 125 plate appearances or something. That's the other thing. Pitchers have like a different scale. But I like that we don't have to wait through the entire month of September to see if it's going to happen, because no chance that they leave him off the roster for any sort of playoff run. But it's been too long already. But I guess I can get behind this reasoning. It's just annoying. But him being 21 kind of makes it a little easier to stomach.
Yeah.
Because we know he'll be up all year next year.
The 21 part doesn't make it that much easier for me to stomach, because I feel like almost anybody else would have him up by now, especially in a playoff chase, especially when the team's been struggling to hit. As we've gotten closer, I start to understand now. Like when we're within like a week, I'm like, okay, well, you may as well get to that date now. But if you ask me, he should have been up in June.
Yeah.
But
You know, all that.
or July at least. I mean,
yeah, it's fine. I'm with Josh in the sense of, because he's 21. I mean, whether he deserves to be up or not is not the question. The question, the question, I guess it's not even a question. It's like, he's 21, so you can't say he's like, it's not like he's like wasting away.
Yeah.
no, I get it, but
AAA.
yeah.
Stowers was wasting away, but we've remedied that, it seems. But if you remember our conversation at the beginning of the season on what we thought all the prospects would do and stuff, we said Gunnar spends most of the season at AAA and ends the year there. I don't think we expected him to be this successful right off the bat.
Combination, a combination of that. Sorry, go ahead.
I was about done, but yeah, I don't think any of us expected him to be this successful at AAA and to where he's worked himself into the call-up conversation at the end of the year. But I guess he's kind of proved us wrong there.
Yep.
I still think he would not be in the conversation if we were on pace for 65 to 70 wins. Then I'd be like, all right, fine, leave him down. But you have to at least go for it to an extent with the guys that you have.
Yeah, and they didn't make moves at the deadline to get better, and that's
fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
We all agreed that was the right move. But when you have in-house options such as this, where your team immediately gets better on defense and offense, I mean, I think it makes the most sense.
Yeah,
there's not really an excuse for it.
If you're trading away prospects at the deadline, that could potentially hurt your future. This is not going to hurt your future.
Right.
So do it. Call them up.
And not really a debate anyone's making. Like, even the people who are usually against like prospect service manipulation are kind of like, yeah, he's definitely good enough about it.
That's not true. That's not true. Actually, I saw a certain person pointing out his strikeout rate the other day.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man.
It's a certain person that said some sus things in DM to you at one point, Josh.
Okay, I see. Yes. Quick, I was like trying to think, like, who is that? Oh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you
got it. Very sus.
Very sus. Was it? Do you shave your chest, Josh?
Stop.
Is that?
No, it was worse. It was worse than that. So we'll just.
God, I feel so left out of so much of this shit, man.
We'll tell you later.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Now this I will lead us into, because this was actually the more interesting, or not interesting, but I don't know what we were just referring to over the text between myself and Ryan. But Ryan sends me a text about an hour before we start recording, and saw the headline, and I had to get a little interested. The AL East shortstops. Okay. Baltimore has Jorge Mateo. New York has IKF as a kind of Falafel. Toronto has Bo Bichette. Boston, Xander Bogaerts. Tampa Bay, Taylor Walls. And then it says, you can't tell me Jorge Mateo isn't the best player on this list. That's upsetting to me. Brian, you being the one who sent it to me, would you like to give some initial thoughts?
My initial thoughts are you're dumb to start with for even pointing out that the Rays are starting Taylor Walls as if they're starting him by choice.
Sure.
Like,
as if he was their plan in April.
Yeah. Wander just can't crack the lineup, bro. That Taylor Walls guy.
Just not working out.
Yeah. I mean, it's just so absurd. Like, and yeah, like Jorge's got a great WAR, and that's what they always go to is WAR. I know WAR is a good way. I mean, I'm coming around a little bit to WAR. Like, I don't think it's as bad as I used to, but like, dude, it's too defense weighted. Yeah, Jorge's a great defender. He's great. He's really fast. He has a lot of value to a baseball team, but the guy's been a professional baseball player since like 2012, and he's never hit well consistently ever.
No, at any level, really. I think
at
he
any
had
level.
OPS over 800 and like
in
high A or
2013
something.
in 2013 in rookie ball.
Yeah, something like that. He's never walked at a consistent rate. He's never done anything besides steal bases at like a major league level.
That's the only thing, and that has value. It has value on a team. It does. He's a great defender. I mean, he leads the league in errors, which is hilarious, but he's a good player. He's a good baseball player, but I'm sorry. He's got an almost 1,000 OPS in the second half of the season, which is outstanding, but his season OPS is still under 700.
That very fact where the season OPS has not caught up, like with how good the second half has been, should be the red flag that, hey, maybe the first half is really bad.
Yeah.
I quoted this with, even if you ignore the existence of Franco, look at the list and ask yourself, who would you rather have as part of the team's future? Mateo is third for me, fourth if you count Wander. I mean, to say Mateo's a better shortstop than Bichette and Bogaerts, like even this year, maybe there's a case over Bichette. The lure is kind of low.
Hold on. So what was his ranking then? He has Mateo third. So
no, he says Mateo's the best out of all.
The best ALE shortstop.
All of them.
Okay. All right.
Can't get behind that one, Brad.
I don't dislike Mateo like you guys do, but yeah, I'm not gonna say he's the best shortstop in the league.
We don't dislike him, but when terrible takes come up, I mean, they have to be addressed.
Yeah, no, I hear you. I'm fine with that.
Like, just going off WAR alone, Mateo ranks second, I believe. I haven't checked Walls and Falefa, but Bogaerts has a 4 WAR. I mean, that's something. OPS plus is over 120. On base is 370. 10 home runs, I guess, is more than Mateo has. Defensively, he's good. Bichette's had a down year, but he was a 6-4 shortstop last year. Mateo has, I think, 2.9 WAR or something like that this year. OPS plus is under 100. So OPS is not even caught up to 700, which is below league average, folks. OBP under 280 or around 283. I don't really understand the take. You look at the Savant pages, it's not close there either. Mateo has like a lot of blue on his page. If it would load, I would read them off to you. But Bogaerts doesn't have anything where he's under like 30th percentile. Bichette only chase rate and walk rate where he's under 28. He has average exit velos high in the league, hard hit percentage 90th, outs above average 83rd. It's not close. And if you look at the contract statuses, it's not really arguable there either, unless you want to say Mateo is cheaper because the team's got control over him for a few more years, but you don't know that he's going to even do this next year. I ranted there. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I think it's fair to say he probably won't do this next year. I think it's fair to say as great as he's been in the second half, he's probably going to regress a little bit too. And I'm probably the highest on Mateo out of the three of us, but I still am not quite sure that my take on Mateo is I would like to have him around as like a backup who occasionally starts when we're good again and can come in, steal a base, play some defense. That's my take on Mateo.
I think he could be a great utility infielder. In fact, he'd probably be the best utility infielder in the league if he was demoted to a bench role. I just don't think to get where we want to go as a team, obviously that goal is to be a World Series contending team. I just don't think Jorge Mateo can be your starting shortstop.
Well, he can, but if the rest of the team is really fucking great and you don't have awesome shortstop prospects in place already, then he can be your worst hitter on a World Series team if everyone else is really good. But when you have better options in place, then yes, that's what I tend to agree with.
If the Orioles were to sign Dansby Swanson this offseason and then like you have people saying things like this about Mateo, like, are they going to be disappointed when we replace Mateo with like a better shortstop? Like a clear...
Well, there is no better shortstop, apparently.
Yeah, none. If you don't want to say Bichette and Xander. I mean, if you look at the future aspect, I mean, Bichette's under team control for a little longer. Bogarts is getting $20 million for the next 4 years, but that's a guy who's literally been a 4 or 5 WAR player every single year for 10 years. I don't really get that argument at all, but Bichette's supposed to be like that as well. He's 24 years old. Mateo's 27.
Bichette is also having an incredibly down year by his standards, and he still has better offensive numbers across the board than Mateo.
Yep. Tyler Nevin has a better on-base percentage than Jorge Mateo.
Yeah.
Wow.
I actually didn't know that, but wow.
He's got him by about 13 points. Nevin's at 296, Mateo's at 283. So it's like not even that close.
Yeah. I mean, I will say at this point, who would you rather have at bat at the moment if you need a hit, Mateo or Tyler Nevin? I would assume you would probably take Mateo right this second, right?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
But ask that question again.
Right this second, you need a clutch hit. It's the last inning, bottom of the ninth, 2 outs. You're down 1, runners on second and third. Who would you rather have up? Jorge
Over
Mateo,
Nevin?
Tyler Nevin.
Okay, yeah, Mateo. But
Right.
Nevin's bad is my point, and like the fact that
Yeah, no, I know. Yeah, I hear you. I was just making a point. Making a point that I think Mateo is at least better than Nevin.
Dude.
I think people have got it all wrong too, because like me and Ryan are very like militant about this, I guess. But like we don't dislike Mateo, we just don't think he's as good as the public seems to perceive.
And that's fair. He's probably not. It's
all right.
I mean, I think he's fun to watch play, and I'm a big fan of stolen bases.
Yeah, no doubt.
But yeah, I think it's kind of a recency bias for people because he's been hitting great lately.
I mean, even before this, it's been the same arguments from certain people.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been told that I'm a contrarian and that I don't dislike Jorge Mateo. I'm just claiming to dislike him because other people like him. When I've also been told that I don't see value in him, which is also not true. I've never said that before. But yeah, it's I don't know. Some people don't care about, I mean, Brad, you and I have talked about this before. Some people are baseball fans that don't care if you can hit or not.
Yeah. Now, see, I think Mateo is at least a better hitter than some guys who, like, people don't care that Odor can't hit because he's a cheerleader, but
Yeah.
Mateo's hitting much better than Odor.
I will say this for anyone who's listening that is enraged right now because we're shitting on Mateo and you like Mateo. I will make a concession that when I agreed with these guys that Mateo is just fast Pat Valleca, I will say that I was wrong.
There you go. See,
I'm going to read you
He was
Pat
bad.
Valleca's
He's a
offensive numbers from last year.
see, we
Holy
compromise.
shit. Josh is like, hold on.
So it's actually a little farther than I thought. If it wasn't for Mateo's second half, he would actually be very close. But Pat's got him in none of the categories. It's just Mateo has him in batting average, OPP, slugging. It's not by as much as I thought. But if Pat Valleca could slug, he'd be like right in this conversation. But Mateo's second half has him just over Pat Valleca pretty handily.
That's amazing.
But like we act like he's all of a sudden an all-star like piece that just fell into our lap. No.
No. Nope.
I will
We
be.
do have a prior engagement after this recording, so we should probably try to wrap up.
Yeah, let's run through fantasy real quick just so we have that done, I guess.
Okay. All right, we can do that.
We're just redrafting,
We're
right?
just redrafting because we had a lot going on and we just kind of lost track of the last
Yeah.
one. So we haven't drafted in over a month, and we're just fuck it. We're just gonna concede that week.
Yeah, no winner.
It's probably the week that I would have won. Probably the week I would have won finally, but it's all good. It's
I
okay.
did the numbers after the
All right,
first
all right.
week. Brad had a pretty bad week, but I don't know what either of our numbers were. Kauser is on my team, and he had a pretty good month. Henderson I had as well, but you had Adley, so I don't know. Could have gone either way.
All right,
Who had
Ryan, I'll
Adley?
tell you.
Me?
Actually, yeah, you did. Ryan had Adley because I remember calculating it for him when we thought we were doing it for a week.
Yeah. I had the previous first pick. Does that mean I get it this week as well?
Sure, go for it.
Epic. I'm gonna take. You know what? The later conversation kind of neglects that. I'm gonna take Adley first pick.
All right, I will take Gunner.
Fucker. I wanted Gooner.
Gooner.
Give me Dean Kramer.
Ooh. We'll get
The
us
Dean.
started. The Dean. I will take Kauser. Need him to stay hot down the stretch.
I'll take Norby.
Good pick. He's had a great month of August.
Yeah, him and Joey Ortiz have been absolutely on fire since like July 1st.
Yeah,
Is it my pick?
it is.
Yeah, it's your pick.
Joey Ortiz, please.
I see.
Give me
So,
Judd Fabian.
ooh. Funny little coincidence. Devin just texted me and said Ray's Twitter is debating if Wallace should usurp Wander at shortstop because of his defense.
I said this a few months ago probably, but I saw Pirates fans like debating like the aspects of rebuilding and like how many of them were just bad that like O'Neal Cruz wasn't up, and I just quoted it with like, oh, they're having the same conversation. So what we got going.
All right. If you had told me a month ago that I was ever going to make this pick, I would have laughed in your face, but Austin both.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Yep. He's grown on me.
Amazing.
What can I say?
He's had a pretty good run here.
I still don't think he's a long-term solution, but he has more than earned his spot. He's been fantastic. I can't say anything else.
Not maybe a conversation
I watched
for
him throw
tonight.
5 no-hit innings in person. I couldn't believe it.
Dude, he's been great. And I talked a lot of shit about him. So props to you, Austin Voth. I know you're listening in.
Yeah,
I'll
maybe
eat my
not a
crow on that,
conversation
at
we
least
can
for now.
have today, but like Voth over like guys like Watkins and like Alexander Wells and stuff is interesting because he's had a 143 ERA plus with us, ERA under 3. A conversation to be had, perhaps.
Yeah, he's grown on
Hopefully
me.
he doesn't get absolutely shelled between now and next episode. So it ruins
Yeah,
that
that's true.
conversation.
It technically does go against my philosophy, and usually when I go against my philosophy, it backfires. But fuck it, gut feeling.
Austin Voth.
I took the guy who's overachieving and red hot, and that's the exact opposite of what I say I should do, but I'm fucking doing it. So.
Against
Is
the
it my turn?
philosophy here. It is
Yep.
your turn.
Yep.
I'm going with the philosophy and picking a guy that is more than due, Brian Malcastle.
Fair.
He was on my board. I thought you were going to say Austin Hayes, and I was like, ooh, he's been due
No.
since like June, though.
Nah.
I'm going to take someone who often finds himself in a position to get the win, even though he's not a starter. I'm going to take Sign Perez.
Nice.
Trying to leverage the reliever ability. He doesn't get a lot of strikeouts, but if he just lands one of those wins during the week, he has like 4 opportunities to do it. So trying a new strategy.
Okay, so I'm up.
Yep.
Give me Max Wagner.
Nice. He's due.
Yeah. I mean, he's got a 773 OPS, so it's not like he's done bad, but he could heat up like on the level the other guys are on. So.
He's like a wild card out of like the 3 non-Jackson Holiday picks. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, not a lot.
See, I will say I was considering Jackson Holiday with that pick, but I don't know if they're going to move him up to Delmarva.
That was my thoughts too with the first pick. I was like, I don't know.
And for those who don't know, the FCL ends in like 2 days.
Yeah.
I'll take the risk. Give me Jackson Holiday.
Okay. Big move. We just talked Ryan into it.
Wait, Josh, who was your last pick again?
I took Sino Perez.
Perez, okay.
Yep. So we got Ryan with Dean Kramer, Joey Ortiz, Ryan Mountcastle, Jackson Holiday. Brad has Gunner, Norby, Voth, Wagner. I have Adley, Kauser, Fabian, Perez. Every time I say Max Wagner, I want to say it like a former Michigan basketball star, Mo Wagner.
Mo Wagner. I hated that guy.
Yeah.
I wanted to punch him in the face. Every time I saw him on TV.
Is he still in the league? I know his younger brother is doing well for the Magic.
That's a great question, actually.
I was like on the Lakers for a little bit. Whatever, it's not relevant. Bradley, do you want to run us through? Did you have something?
No, I was just looking up Mo Wagner.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he plays for the Magic. He plays for the Magic right now.
Mo Wagner plays on the Magic too?
Yes.
With his brother Franz?
Wait. No. Yeah. That's what it says.
Really? Huh.
Yep.
That's cool for them, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. So, anyways, quick minor league update. A bunch of the guys got moved up to the Shorebirds more than we had initially thought last week. Actually, a lot of the college guys got bumped up. Judd Fabian's off to the best start up. He's got a 1.395 OPS through 1 week. Dylan Beavers off to a pretty solid start too. He's at 976. Wagner is at 773. Retzbach, the catcher, he's at 1.238. And let's see who else. Frederick Ben Cosme's still been relatively hot. He's sitting at 864 OPS, over about 200 at bats or so, and he's 19 years old, so that's exciting. Delmarva's record's shitty. They're not going to the playoffs at all. Moving on to the Bay Sox.
Didn't
guys have been
Ben
red
Cosme
hot.
make it into the top 30 now? We can talk about that next week more so, but
Are we talking MLB pipeline, or are we
pipeline, yeah.
talking Baseball America? I'm not sure, actually. Last time I checked, he wasn't, but he might have. He might have been. Sure, whether there's smoke, there's fire, kind of thing. But anyway, on to Bowie. They're tied for first place going into the home stretch. They've got about, I think, 24 games left or so. Might not be that much. Might be 18, actually. Colton Cowser continues to light the world on fire through 2 months. He's got still over 1,000 OPS. Joey Ortiz has been one of the hottest hitters in AA since July 1st. He had like a low 600s OPS going into July, and he's climbed all the way back to almost 800. So that's awesome to see. Connor Norby, 883 OPS. Good stuff. Let's see. Pitching wise, Garrett Stallings had a rough outing yesterday, but he was on fire over the last 2 months himself after a pretty tough first couple months of the season. So certainly worth keeping an eye on him. Guys who struggled, Kobe Mayo only has a 524 OPS in AA so far, but wouldn't get too down on him yet. He did miss quite a bit of time due to injury. So it's not necessarily a huge sample size yet. John Rhodes only has a 508 OPS in AA himself. And I did actually skip over Aberdeen. So hold on, I got to go back to them real quick. They have already clinched playoffs, and they're a half game out from winning the division again in the second half. So they've kind of stayed hot. They've had some good pitching. Let's pull them up here real quick. Give me 1 second. Sorry for not being prepared. All right, here we are. Yeah, Daryl Hernandez has kind of been leading the way for them, 820 OPS. The negative has been Heston Kjerstad. As awesome as he was in Delmarva, he has struggled to start out in Aberdeen. I wouldn't get too down on him yet because a lot of guys are struggling in Aberdeen. It's known as a tough place to hit. Cowser was not nearly as good in Aberdeen as he's been in Double-A. You could say the same thing about Norby. So wouldn't get too down on Kerstad yet, but we hope to see a little bit more out of him. Now, the experienced vet, Jonathan Aruz, is on an ab assignment. He's rocking the old 267 OPS in high A ball through about 4 games or so. So nice job, Jonathan. Can't wait to have your cheerleading back in the dugout, bro. Aside from that, we'll talk about the Tides. Gunner stayed hot, and Jordan Westberg's heated back up a little bit. And I don't have much else in front of me, so I'm just kind of going off the top of my head. But that's a pretty solid minor league update, I would say.
Yeah, they're coming good down the stretch. Hey, what's up, Ryan?
What did I miss?
Gosh. Oh my fucking god. Brad, just go look at the podcast account.
Oh boy.
Look at the latest tweet from the podcast account.
You didn't see the screenshot yet either, so
No, it's true. He didn't.
Let's see.
Oh, Josh, choosing violence today. I fucking love it.
hey man,
Oh,
people
yeah.
who like want to play victim for like terrible takes, it's like I don't know. That's gross to me.
Yeah,
That's awesome, man.
Also, we didn't even say anything mean. We just disagreed with him.
No, we just had a conversation.
No wonder they host such a shitty podcast. They don't know what they're talking about. Man. Shout out to Owen. Yeah, love you, buddy.
Anytime anybody says that we suck, I'm always just like, hey, thanks for listening. We appreciate the analytics.
Yeah,
I
People who
appreciate
say
it.
that don't actually like listen.
No,
to the
they
thing
don't.
that they're insulting.
No, they don't.
If he does, I'd be like, I'd say I'm wrong, but I don't think I am.
Oh, thanks. The download numbers don't say who liked it and who didn't. They just say how many people listened. So thanks for the
Our
analytics,
Apple
buddy.
review numbers do say it though. So if you enjoy the show, maybe go on there and
Show us some love. But thank you for the minor league update, Brad. Yeah, it is interesting to know what they'll do with Holiday as the FCL ends. Same for like Basayo. Is this finally time he comes up to Del Mar?
Oh yeah, Basayo has been pretty great, and I should point out Jackson Holiday has like a 1.2 OPS to start out
Yeah, he's dominating.
in FCL, so that's great. I mean, it's only like 15 at bats, but he did his first pro home run, so encouraging start for him. He's doing better than at least I know Termar Johnson. I know I looked him up.
He's had a
off to
tough
kind of a rough
start.
start. Going into it.
I
But
did
it's-
look up a few of the top prospects: Termar, Elijah Green. Who's the other? Drew Jones, obviously isn't playing.
Drew destroyed his shoulder.
Yeah, he's done. A couple other guys in there, and Holiday's blowing them all out of the water.
Yeah.
I think I looked
So,
up like
good
Cole
start.
Young or something.
Number 1 overall for a reason.
That's right.
I'll be more prepared next week. I didn't have much of the pitching stats up, and I would have had to taken too much time to go through it. And
It's
we're
okay.
kind of
There's a lot
Oh,
going on with
yeah.
the pitching.
I actually kind of want to add on to the good old minor league update here. Just because I want to point out and give some love to a friend of the show, Drew Rom.
Yes.
Oh, yes. Yeah, absolutely.
Who made his first AAA start the other day. He threw 4 2/3, 4 hits, 1 run, 4 walks is a little bit high, but he struck out 9. So
that's awesome.
good job.
Right, yeah.
Nice debut in AAA for our buddy Drew. Way to go. He's still only 22 years old.
And he has a
he's-
legitimate chance at rotation like sometime next year.
He sure does.
We'll
Yeah.
see. He has to light up AAA pretty good, especially if they want to add pitching. But he has a shot for sure.
If he's dominating and the rotation is set, I mean, if he's pitching really well, they'll still call him up. Maybe he may end up being a bullpen piece. Maybe he's next year's Keegan Aiken.
Drew Rom out of the bullpen sounds scary. He's like intimidating on the mound. I don't know if you guys. You guys have seen him pitch. So,
Yeah.
but-
Yeah, I would love to see. I would love to see Drew up there. Actually, I DM'd with him a little bit the other day. He's such a nice guy. He's like so
Very laid
responsive.
back. Very
He's
laid
like if you message him, he'll like always hit you back.
Yeah.
And congratulated him on getting the promotion. And I just said, I won't be able to come watch you anymore because Norfolk's still too far. But I hope the next time I get to see he's in Camden. And he said he appreciates it and he hopes that I'm right. So
That's
Drew's
awesome.
a good guy. Shout out to Drew.
We got to try to have him back on in the off season. Be fun to talk.
I would love to.
Get a little
sure.
update with him.
I have literally not played a Halo game with Zach since the last time. And I said that the next time I got on Halo with him, I was going to ask him to come on. But
you work on that.
Well, I'm sure it would lift his spirits a little bit. He's probably a little down off that Tommy John surgery. So we wish him the best in his recovery.
Yeah. I can't watch any like Orioles minor league because in Pittsburgh, the nearest team is Altoona. Like just barely. Like Altoona's an hour away. Akron's like an hour 20 away. And I don't think Bowie comes to Altoona or to Akron for like the rest of the season. And they may go to Altoona.
They do. They go to Akron again, which they were just in Akron like a week or two ago.
Yeah, it was right after I moved.
I think the last week of the season they're in Akron. So wait, how far are you from Akron?
It's about an hour 20 now.
Okay.
So it's a little tough to get there. I could do Altoona on like a weeknight or something like that, but yeah, I don't know. Interesting. And there's no AAA around here, so I can't even watch Drew until he's an Oriole.
Gotcha.
man,
If I'm off that weekend, which I might be down a road trip up for an Akron game if they're in the playoff hunt, but we'll see. I'll talk to you about that. Because I like road trips for games.
that'd be fun. I'd be into that.
Yeah.
I'm down.
That is the weekend after the Kansas West Virginia game, but I think I might be off 2 weekends in a row, which is very rare this time of year. So it's possible. We'll talk about it.
Okay. We'll hit up after.
Cool.
All right.
Sweet.
All right, boys.
Sounds good. Let's get out of here. Follow show account at Podcast Birdie. Follow me, Ryan Set 094. Follow Brad, KU Brad Wandell. Follow Josh at Out of State O's. Thanks for tuning in, guys. We'll catch you next week.